Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't noticed, new haircut. It is 90 degrees already in Alabama, so I am literally melting. So I took a whole lot off. I will try to insert a picture of how much got taken off. I really like it, and hopefully it doesn't look terrible. I haven't had my hair this short in a very long time, so today we're going to be reviewing a really good book, and if you don't know about it, you have been sleeping. It is The Boys of Brayshaw High by, I believe it's Megan Brandy. I do not have my Kindle or my phone with me right now, but it is so good. I cannot even put into words like how much I was like consumed by this book. And it's not a small book. It's actually, to me, it felt like a longer book, which I liked because there was so much character building and world building in the storyline. So we're gonna start by talking about how it begins, which is usually how stories begin. Basically, there is a girl named Raven who is tough as nails. She is being raised by a mom in a trailer. I think it's a trailer, it might be a house, but her mom is a prostitute who is hooked on drugs, and obviously she could give a rat's butt about what happens with Raven. And even, you know, some of her Johns have abused Raven in the past or tried to. There's no love lost between Raven and her mom. And so there's a final straw that happens to where Raven ends up getting taken out of the home. And Raven gets put into a group home for teens. And it's smack dab in the middle of this affluent community. And that community consists of Brayshaw and Gravens. It's basically two different families, and the town is kind of divided between who they support. There is some history between these two families where there's a falling out. The story goes into it, but it doesn't give, I think, a definite as to what happened. I mean, it kind of glosses over things, but I think that there's going to be more that comes out with that, hopefully in the later books. And basically, Raven starts this school, and this school has, you know, the snotty kids, and they immediately target her. They see her, she's beautiful, she's not like them. They're going to immediately, especially girls, they're going to try to knock her down. Well, Raven ends up having a run-in with the kings of school, who are the Brayshaw boys, and that is Royce, who is kind of like the class clown. He's very flirty. He was definitely my favorite in the very beginning. I was just like, yes, I love Royce. He needs his own book. Then there's Captain, who is more reserved, kind of like the caretaker of the group, if that makes sense. And by the end of the book, he was actually my favorite. And then there's the leader, the tall, strong, silent type, Maddox. And these boys basically run the school. No one messes with them. They're untouchable. All the girls want to get with them. All the boys want to be them. And Raven immediately gets under their skin, because the Brayshaws are very much about order in their school and everyone adhering to their demands and what they want. And Raven's not about that life. She could give two shits what the boys of Brayshaw think of her. So there is a lot of push and pull with that, to the point where what's the only thing that you can do if you can't control someone? You have to work with them. So they end up trying to bring her under their folds, which is unheard of. No girl has been one with the Brayshaws. They only wish that they could get to that point. So for someone like Raven to come in and do that really does not sit well, which only causes further tension. If you've ever been in a situation where they're polar opposite people in the same area, there is a lot of tension that can happen, especially like in schools and things like that. So it's basically the story of how Raven deals with the Brayshaw boys and ultimately their relationship, because it ends up becoming a very loving family type relationship. And she even, you know, has a romance with one of them. But by the end of the book, her loyalty ends up being tested because the leader of the Gravens, whose name is Collins, has basically set his sights on her. And he recognizes her as the boys' weakness, and he will do anything to take the boys down. So he basically is using her against them. And the book ends with a cliffhanger. A big decision gets made, and that's it. The curtains are drawn, the screen goes black, you want to throw the book against the wall. That's what I'm saying. If you read halfway through the book and you think that you're gonna you're really enjoying this book, go ahead and have book 2 on hand, because this book will consume your life. It truly will. I read it in 3 days because I was having to read it through the week, and we've had a busy week, but it was so good. I really feel like the Tijanettes, you know who you are, you Tijan fans. The Fallen Crest High folks are going to really enjoy this series if they have not read it or have not even heard of it. The All Saints High group with LJ Shin's fan base, they would really like this book. If you love high school books that are well written, this is going to be up your alley. It's sexy, it's got a good storyline, you know, it's written well. It's good. It's very good. I don't know much about the author. I do think that she has other books, and I think she's wrote several other books. This is actually one of the first that I've read by her. I will definitely be checking out some of the others, but this series has sucked me in, and I'm going to try my best to not pick up the second one immediately. I've got some books that I want to read in between, some of which are the new Sarah Dessen. Sarah Dessen is a author I've read most of my life, and the last couple books I haven't really liked by her, but I keep hoping that I'm going to like this book. And then there was another book in regards to a woman, I don't remember the name of it, but it's got like a really long name, but someone dies and she goes back to help her family's restaurant, and there's some magic that goes with it, which looks really, really good. I'm super excited. If I can find out what it is, obviously I will insert it somewhere up here. But yeah, definitely if you have not read this book, check it out if that sounds like something that you might really like. It's very Hatfields and McCoys. There is some super sexy scenes in it. The tension between Raven and her boy of choice is very Lake and Manning-esque. If you've read the Something in the Way series by Jessica Hawkins, like that slow burn, it's so satisfying. I'm kind of hoping that all the boys end up getting their own story. I don't know if the next book focuses on them as a whole, but I hope that the other two that are not with Raven end up getting happy endings. Like, I hope there's more storyline with them, because I just enjoyed it. And me being a girl that was raised with two brothers, like that relationship with boys, like I get it. I totally understand, because I get along with boys a lot better than I'd get along with girls. So I don't know, it was just a magic combination for me. So again, if you haven't read it, The Boys of Brayshaw High by Megan Brandy. Again, hopefully I'm saying her name correctly. If not, she's more than willing to shoot me an email and cuss me out. I got it on my Kindle, but I'm sure they sell it on Amazon. check it out. It's amazing. I will provide the link down below. I will link the author website. I will link my Goodreads because I'm sure I'm going to do a Goodreads review on it. But I definitely recommend it. It's definitely it was a surprise. It was a surprise, amazing book that I want to share with everyone. Just please read it. If you haven't, read it, read it, read it, read it. Okay, guys. I love you. Mwah. Have a good week. Hopefully this review wasn't nuts. I feel like now that I got my hair styled, I'm a little extra. And it's hot in here. But if you read it, let me know down below. Let me know what you thought about it. If there's another book that you've read that you think that is amazing that I should read, please let me know.